I'm going to put on the blood pressure cuff. I'll talk about how I had high blood pressure while I was obese, and I never had high blood pressure before. We'll just see what it is. So I had blood pressure, it was around 130 to 140, over 90 to 100, and that was for about 5 years while I was in the obese category. I'd never had high blood pressure before, and my doctor and dietitian said, you need to go on blood pressure meds, and I didn't want to do that because I was already on several other meds at that point in time because my health had been deteriorating, and they didn't say, oh, you need to lose weight. So I thought all those yo-yo dieting years, I would go up and down by about 50 pounds, but I never got into the obese category. So I just took my blood pressure. It's 108 over 84. And so that was pretty good. I know it's above 80 on the bottom number, but making this video and standing and talking, 95% of the time the bottom number is below 80. And I know 120 over 80 is like the top of the normal range. So I'm happy with 108 over 84 right now. And so I'm really glad that my blood pressure corrected itself. And I credit the fact that I did intermittent fasting and keto and low carb. And those two things combined, not just losing the weight, but I got healthier. Now, originally, my goal was to lose the weight. I didn't think I was as unhealthy as I actually was. And then once I started to eat properly, eat one ingredient foods, cut out most of the processed foods, I got healthier and I lost the weight and improved my blood pressure and improved my resting heart rate. This is my heart rate right now, 98. That used to be my resting heart rate when I was laying down, when I was obese. It was really bad. So my resting heart rate when I was just laying down was 90 and above for several years. And that was scary that I just couldn't get it below that, because in the past it was in the 70s, 60s or 70s. And so I knew that the obesity affected those two things specifically that had not been an issue before I was in the obese category. So blood pressure and resting heart rate for me specifically. Now, everybody has a different story. Everybody's going through different things. There can be genetic factors. There can be other health issues that complicate things, can make the blood pressure and the resting heart rate. Even if people do have a healthy weight and they're at the BMI that is below 25, this doesn't relate to everybody, but if you have in the past been in the normal or overweight category and you didn't have high blood pressure, and then when you went into the obese category you had high blood pressure, maybe that is an indication that the obesity is causing your body to have this high blood pressure. And they say high blood pressure is a risk for strokes and a risk for heart attacks. Now, I had a mini stroke back when I weighed 130 pounds. I was not in the obese or overweight category at that point, but I have a congenital heart defect where there's a hole in my heart, and that was from birth apparently, and it showed up at the age of 43, and I had a blood clot that snuck through and it went into my brain. And thankfully the symptoms only lasted for 1 day. I had complete weakness on one side of my body, but it all went away, thankfully, and there was, of course, risk of getting more strokes in the future. I've chosen not to be on meds, and that is my choice based on the risk of hemorrhaging. And I know other people who've had TIAs or mini strokes will continue to be on their statins or the aspirin. So my cardiologist put me on statins, my neurologist then put me on baby aspirin, but I've chosen since then to not be on those, and that's my choice, because I know that there's risks on both sides. And so for me, I'm just trying to take care of my health with what I eat and how much I eat and when I eat. And losing the weight and not being in the obese category has made me feel so much better and so much healthier. And so I'm going to continue to do this. I recommend go and talk to your cardiologist, go talk to your neurologist, go talk to your doctors, go research, learn about all of this, and decide what you want to do if you do have high blood pressure and a high resting heart rate, and see if maybe you want to try the keto, the low carb, and the intermittent fasting and cutting out snacks, and see if that helps, and see if losing weight also helps you like it did for me. So that's just what worked for me. I'm not recommending one thing or the other at this point, because everybody's got to go through this health journey on your own. And you've got to research and learn about these kinds of things. I'm telling you my experience, and this might work for some people. And I also talk more about this in my course at the end of this video. I do talk more about the health issues that I had and what I did to alleviate those health issues while I was losing the weight. if you're anything like me, I want to figure out how to become healthier so I can have a healthy life as long as possible. And I'm really glad that my health turned around after I lost weight and after I learned how to eat healthy. I wish the best for you on your weight loss journey, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I created a course based on my losing 80 pounds, and I was able to keep the weight off, which was unbelievable for me. After 40 years of doing something and then actually getting different results. So I wrote a book about it, and I wrote 2 workbooks. And now I have this course, and I can't wait to share everything that I learned that made it work, that made it stick, that made it not be another yo-yo diet. There's 12 modules, there's 36 lessons, a total of 45 videos. It's almost 12 hours of videos. And I have a 2.5-hour cooking class in the middle of the course, and then the 18 bonuses. And it's everything from charts, checklists, challenges, journals, schedules. And I'm really excited to share all of these with you because these are what makes it work. These are the practical things that after you've watched the course, and then it's like, what do I do? When you have all of these tools, these are practical things that are going to help you on that journey. And this journey could take 6 months, 12 months, a year and a half, 2 years, depending on how much weight you have to lose. So you need tools, you need things to help you on that journey. Thank you so much for watching this. So I hope to see you in the course.